Facebook ad marketing, but more on the local level. There are a lot of questions that we get on a daily basis about local Facebook ad marketing. So we decided to use one of our customers that we're currently running a Facebook campaign for. The company is called Royal Carpet Cleaning. We feel that it's very important to show how we do things. I guess a lot of other marketers or Facebook gurus that you see in so-called places, they don't do in-depth videos of using a real example of a company. And so we figured that with times as hard as they are, this pandemic that's affected everybody, the more we can give back to help people and get them on the right path, because our services generally tend to be a little bit more expensive, then hey, at least we can do our part to keep everybody in business as best as possible. So I'm going to explore Royal Carpet Cleaning's Facebook ads, the campaign that actually we just started yesterday. And I'll kind of go into depth about what we've done, how it works, audiences, sizes, just a brief, a somewhat brief but in-depth overview of how we run Facebook ads on our end for not only our customers, but our cleaning business and our tech company, which I think I'll start with the tech company first. So let's get started. Oh, again, please follow our page, like this video when you get a chance. We'll always produce relative and helpful content throughout the months. So okay, let's get going here. I'm actually going to go to our ad account. Again, this ad account that you're going to see from Awareness, which is our company, is the national campaigns, right? And I'm just going to go back to when we started it. We started this campaign on September 22nd. And if we go to the 9th, I think that's 19 days. We've generated 72 leads on $524.90 ad spend. I know it says 537, but I was running an awareness campaign out there in Texas locally, just testing some things. So taking that out of $524.94, we have generated 72 leads. And I think we've actually done closer to 76 because our triggers weren't firing correctly with our event manager and our Google Tag Manager and our dashboard. But either way, it's about $7.29 per lead. We've been able to bust in a ton of new industries: landscaping, lawn care services, plumbers, Amish hauling companies, resume career development. What else have we done? Other cleaners, construction companies. It's just been awesome. We've been able to really penetrate a new automotive detailing, mobile detailing, car wash. So yeah, anyways, it's been really awesome to be able to see our campaigns work, over $500, $525 ad spend. Over a 19-day period, we've generated 72 leads, and we've been able to have the opportunity to talk with really cool entrepreneurs. Not everybody's our ideal candidate, but at least we've been able to help people and inspire people, and that's ultimately what the goal is in business. If it's not a good idea to do business with somebody, is you want to at least leave them with something positive they can implement in their business. So just so you can see, we're approaching the 2.0 frequency. Very soon we're going to change our ad copy, our images. You see that we've generated 72 leads. We've had 827 clicks. We have 280 landing pages views, and of those 280 landing pages views, about 72 have actually signed up. Well, a little bit more because our triggers weren't firing, as I said. So it's like, 25%? It's pretty good. Anyways, let's get back to the local level basis. Here's Royal Carpet Cleaning. Their company is based out of Santa Barbara, California. There's not a lot of people in their area. I think we're looking at maybe a little under 500,000, like 470,000, 450,000, something like this. And again, so a lot of the questions that we get are, Facebook ad copy, the images, the audience, how much should you spend, what kind of campaign should you set up. And in the previous video that we did, we talked about conversions campaigns, like a CBO campaign. That's what we always do. Like 90% of what we're going to do is we're going to do CBO conversion campaigns. If you want more details on how that works, I have the other video. I'll put that video in the link. It's on our Facebook. It's on our YouTube channel, so that you can understand what the intrinsic part and how the inner workings of a CBO campaign ultimately function, right? What's the purpose of it? So as you can see here, we're running a CBO campaign for pressure washing. We're actually going to be setting up another CBO campaign for the good folks at Royal Carpet Cleaning, and it's going to be also offering natural stone cleaning. right? So in times like these, the pandemic and people hesitant to let you into their house, which we understand the virus is a real thing. It's serious. It's nothing that nobody wants to be the cause of, that somebody got, had contracted it. So with what we're doing at Royals, we're focusing a lot on outdoor services, right? So I know fogging was something that was a big thing in the cleaning industry. But hey, if you can add pressure washing, if you can add outdoor upholstery cleaning, or what else? Even for the lawn care folk, landscaping folk, you're already doing stuff outside. That's why we've seen landscaping businesses, business-wise, they haven't suffered as much as, let's say, in-house cleaners, right? Because they're outside. So if you feel stuck, consider maybe adding and amplifying your service offerings, especially when it comes to outside services. Anyways, so the CBO campaign is pressure washing. Okay, and again, the CBO is, we always want to choose 2 lulls, which are lookalike audiences, 1 warm audience, and then we want to take 2 cold audiences, right? And we've only this has only been running for 2 days. 2 days. It's brand new. It's barely even gathered any data. You can clearly see that here. I'm only running these 3 right now because this Facebook account is incredibly new, and Facebook took like 2 days to approve the initial campaigns, and I wanted to make sure that these first 3 ads got approved and are running, and then I'm going to finish these off later today. Maybe I'll do them with you guys here live, but I think I'm going to set up the other Natural Stone campaign so you can actually see how that works. So anyways, right now there's 3 campaigns running, right? And everything's in the learning phase. People, don't worry about the learning phase. It's almost never ever going to optimize fully. Our campaigns never get past like two optimizations. So don't stress about that. A lot of people ask us, oh, what about learning limited? What does that mean? Look at the results. Look at the leads. Look at how many people go to the actual landing page. That's going to give you an indication if people are clicking and they're intrigued with your offer. And ultimately, if you're, of course, if someone calls your books online, you can, somewhat track that. And I'll get into tracking a little bit later. So we're running for Royal that are live right now because they just got approved late last night. Or no, was it? No, like midday, mid in the morning. I remember that. And we have only spent $27.10. We are running a lookalike audience from House Call Pro. From there, so we uploaded the House Call Pro email list, and we created a lookalike on a national scale, because on lookalike audiences you can only do a national scale, and we did 10%. We then upload that list, and then we put the regions that we're targeting, which I'll get in this a little bit, and then it comes out to 69,000 people. As you can see here, we've only spent, again, $27.10, and we have generated 4 leads. Now, the thing with a cleaning company in this case, or even any other service business, if you're using House Call Pro, if you're using Market, if you use any type of other online software for your service business, in our particular case, Royal and even our own cleaning company, National Dry, we're using House Call Pro. And our tech team chatted with them last night, and unfortunately, there's no way for us to drop any Google Tag Manager snippets into their back end of House Call Pro, because you have to understand that what you see here for, let's say, 4 leads here coming out of the no interest, these 4 leads doesn't mean that someone wrote into us or someone called Royal, right? It only means that they've clicked on the Book Online button and they've reached that Book Online button part in House Call Pro. They had actually said that they got a message through Instagram, a quote on upholstery cleaning for like couches and stuff. We don't know if it actually came from here or not. It could have. Highly unlikely, because we're trying to push pressure washing right now. But in this case, 4 leads means someone liked the ad. They actually clicked. So, they actually clicked on it. They clicked on the Book Online button on our landing page, and then they didn't book, or they did book, or they called. These are certain things that tracking gets tough. It's not like our awareness campaign for our tech company that we clearly have a form they can fill out. We get their name email and address, and then when it generates that lead, that means those are 72 different leads that we have of full names, full emails, and full phone numbers. Where in the service business, it's a little bit difficult because these other softwares haven't implemented these snippets that you can drop in. So our tech team is working on like a solution for that, kind of a workaround, and it's still not even going to be that accurate. But keeping in mind that, you know, this is showing 3 landing pages, this is showing 13 clicks, but it's showing 4 leads. So this tells you a couple things. Of the 3 landing pages, 3 of those people for sure clicked on the book online button, which took them to the House Call Pro. Did they book? Did they not book? Probably not. Maybe they did. We have to talk to the client about that as we get updates. If they didn't take action. But it still tells you that people are liking your offer, they're clicking, and just keep running it, right? Again, pressure washing is an expensive service. Santa Barbara is a more wealthier area, so people have the money, but still, it's not something. It's not an impulse buy, and that's why we are running a free demo thing, which I'll get into here in a little bit. The other lead, right, which I think might be the Instagram, it could be that when they clicked on the actual ad, they could have instantly wrote us from Instagram, right? So they want to visit our landing page because we're running the Facebook ads on Instagram as well. So people can see our free pressure washing demo on Instagram, and they would just write us on Instagram Messenger. And the owners at Royal Carpet Cleaning did send me a screenshot saying, hey, I think a lead came in, and this was an inquiry about getting some upholstery done. So in our minds, we think this was a result of this campaign, even though it was for pressure washing. We don't know. That's the thing that I really wish that the softwares like House Call Pro and Market and these other people, Market we're not sure about, but House Call Pro for sure, they had these snippets that you could put in so you could really track it. But hey, you work with what you got, and you do your best you can. You know, focus on landing page views, focus on the messages that come in, focus on people if they call you, if they book an online thing. Again, we're working on a workaround to try and get a little bit more accurate, more of a better in between, but still, you're never going to really know unless you have a form where people are filling out their information and they send it to you. Then that's going to be able to be super easily trackable because you can put that snippet code in the landing page. But again, if you're trying to push people to book online, it's tough. But anyways, as you can see here, it's only ran 2 days. We've gotten 4 leads. Again, that doesn't mean, you know, we got one for sure for Instagram. We don't know if it's a direct reason from this ad. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. I think so, or else it wouldn't have counted. And 3 other people from that landing page hit the online, you know, book online and probably checked out the pricing or checked out the thing. And maybe at the end of the day, they're like, nope, I don't want to do this. I'm not interested. And they left. But still, it's good. It's running well. It's getting action. It's getting clicks. We're getting some sort of leads on a somewhat level basis, right? And that's the purpose of a CBO campaign, right? And then it's $3.36 per lead. You know, we've only been running this 2 days, $27.10. And this is why we always push people to run CBOs, because when we've seen traffic ads being ran or messaging, it would already probably be like $50 by now, and probably not even know where to these results. Maybe messaging you could, but messaging always has lower quality leads, which I'll talk about in a little bit. Okay, so let's just go into one of these. Let's go into the 10% lookalike audience, and look at that. Our image ad is performing the best, and even still says in review because our ad account's so new with this company. Interesting. I haven't even looked at these data. I'm looking at this data real time with you guys. So we've had 1 landing page view from the image ad. Okay. When you're running Facebook ads on a local level, make sure that you use 3 different types of ad formats, right? You have the carousel ad, you have the image ad, and you have the video ad. So I'm going to show you what this looks like. So you go into edit. We have, I'm going to blow this up so everybody can see it. Expand. I'm going to go to the desktop news feed so you can take a look at it. Okay, so this is our, our ad copy. This is our carousel. So when people see it in their feed, in their mobile feed, in desktop feed, it kind of tells like a story, and you remind them what the call to action is, right? Click book now, click book now. When you're doing this process for the first time, don't focus so much on how effective your ad copy is, right? Like here, for example, let me go down. Because your only objective when you're running CBO campaigns in the start is to figure out which audiences and an initial message and the images, are they driving traffic to begin with? And that's why when you run a CBO campaign, you got to let it run for at least 7 days. And then if people aren't going to your landing page, or if you're not getting any bookings, then you need to relook at your ad copy and the way the images are set up, right? Are they nice? Does it make sense? Is your offer clear as day? You can see here, Santa Barbara locals, get your pressure washing demo, get your free pressure washing demo now. We got a testimony, little emoji, keep it right to the point. And then we have all the different headlines and descriptions are all the same throughout this entire carousel. Again, let's go to the image ad. Same thing. You have our image ad. It's the same text, same headline, same description, same book now. And then I'm not going to show you guys this because this is kind of the secret sauce. I don't want to say secret sauce, but look, if you want to improve the chances that somebody books your online services, we always say don't do messages. Like everyone's like, oh, I'm running a message campaign, I'm doing conversion campaign messaging, I'm doing consideration message. Yeah, they can work sometimes, but landing pages for us give us lower cost per lead and a higher quality lead because you have to make them go through more steps, and the more steps they go through, the higher likely they are to be qualified, and Facebook is collecting that data as they click on your ads and stuff. Even if they don't sign up, like the algorithm still machine learn, they understand that. So, we have this landing page that we put all our ads to that's really professionally, it's well branded. And again, look at the imagery. Look at the imagery of how this is before and after. It's got Rose branding. It's got a before and after. You go to the carousel. Again, let's go back here and take a look at it. You have all the, let me expand this. Go to the desktop. You have a little story, right? For pressure washing demo, there's before and after that one, before and after this one, before and after. So it's engaging, it's branded. So when people see this, and again, remember, people need to see your advertisements 6 to 7 times before they, book online. So people are seeing our ads right now. You saw the data. Some people clicked on it right away. Other people need to repeatedly see it again. You go to our video ad, which is here. I'll play this for you. It's about 15 seconds. We like to keep our videos around 15 seconds, right? Free demo, pressure washing, little action, before and after. We have it fading out, but again, it's still using their colors, and it automatically ends with that call to action. Hey, get your free demo now. Visit our website, or learn more. Learn more. That should actually be a book now, which I'll change right now. There you go, book now, and then I publish that. So when you're doing local Facebook ads, you want to make sure that you're running 2 lulls, 1 warm audience, and 2 cold audiences. If you don't have a lookalike audience, then you just have to run more cold audiences. That's really it. I want to take the opportunity now to talk more about the audiences, right? Because targeting is real pain in the ass. It really is. I think the computer's too slow because I'm live streaming this, so I'll fix that later. Anyways, without the right target audience, you could have the best ad copy, the best message, but if you're pointing it towards the wrong people, you're never going to see any conversions. You're going to see nothing. So the audience is always the most difficult part outside of making sure that you have great ad copy and the great images and you have well-designed landing pages and stuff. So let's take the Santa Barbara area, right? So we're focusing on Goleta, Montecito, and Santa Barbara, all within a 15-mile radius, 18 to 65. In local Facebook ads, in national Facebook ads, you want to have an ideal audience of 250,000 people. That might not always be possible because if you live in a smaller city, or if you're in rural America, then you are only going to be able to work with what you have to work with, right? You don't want to expand your reach to 25-mile radius or 50-mile radius just to get that 250,000, because what happens when you start getting bookings? You don't want to drive 2 or 3 hours. It wouldn't make sense. So you work with what you have available to you. So when we pick Goleta, 15-mile radius, Montecito and Santa Barbara, a 15-mile radius, what this is telling us, and again, we have all genders, we have 18 to 65 plus, and we don't have the detailed target expansion on right now. It's telling us that there are 150,000 people in these 3 areas that use Facebook. That's it. Nobody else in that area has Facebook within a 15-mile radius of these 3 areas. Even though we know that there's over 450,000 people, or about 450,000 people in the entire area, in this radius itself. So let me see if I can pull it. No, okay. Can I? No, I can't pull it. Yeah, here we go. Let me... So let me say if I put this to 10. Come on. I don't know why it's not letting me. 1 second. I'll show you when I make the actual one for the natural stone. Also, another thing with like Facebook, sometimes they have lots of glitches and things don't work, so you have to refresh, especially like in audience insights. So don't get frustrated if things don't work. If I'm streaming live right now, so my computer's gonna be incredibly slow. I'll do an actual demo, building up his natural stone demo, so you guys can see how that works. But anyways, the whole point is if you're going to set the radiuses to where they're going to be, understand that this potential reach, Facebook is saying that within these 3 areas, the 15-mile radius, these are the total number of people that have a Facebook account between the ages of 18 to 65 plus. It doesn't mean that all those 150,000 people are active every day on Facebook. There's no way to know. I mean, at least Facebook probably knows that, but they're not going to give that data to us. They're just telling us that this is 150,000 people that have a Facebook account. Who knows if 10 of those people have 10 accounts, right? Or multiple accounts from the same person. So that's how that works. And we can't make this any bigger. We just can't. There's no way to make it any bigger because they don't service outside that area. Again, Santa Barbara has a lot more older generation folks living there, so there might not be as technically as advanced or tech savvy in terms of using Facebook a lot, but you still want to run Facebook ads even in areas like that because you don't know if their granddaughter or their cousin or their uncle, their brother or their sister who might be younger, or maybe they are older but they're the same thing, and they're like, hey, I saw this, look, you should get this done. So you always have to think about that, right? And now that we're in COVID and the pandemic, even the older generations have been forced to have to use technology, right? Because they've had to order off Amazon, they've had to use maybe grocery delivery, just ordering in general. So we're starting to see an increase in use of the older generations because they've been forced to, because with all the quarantines and lockdowns, they've had to go to the store. They've had to learn to use online stores, excuse me. So anyways, so we're working up 150,000, all genders. We don't have the target reach on. Generally, this shouldn't be turned on unless you have a large budget, like a really large budget. And usually that's not the case with most people starting out. And that's why we advocate about not turning that on. Automatic placements, we always put that on automatic. The placements are on automatic, not on manual. Because again, in the CBO campaign, you want it to be all over the place. Because again, we're running a video, a carousel, and a static image. So we want it to appear in the videos. We want it to appear in articles. We want it to appear on Instagram and Facebook, right? Let Facebook work. Let Facebook gather the data after a week, and then you can look at different things and go, okay, it looks like 80% of our stuff is coming from the Facebook news feed and the Instagram news feed. Well, let's just focus all our budget on there. Let's tell Facebook to spend all the money on our daily budget on just these 2 platforms. But you won't know that until you gather data after a week, and sometimes you might need to run on for 2 weeks to really get good data. So, in the past, manual placements was the thing to do, but the AI and the machine learning in Facebook is ridiculous, and it's increased like 100 times. So trust Facebook. Remember, Facebook wants you to spend money. If they get you results, if they get you leads, you're going to spend more money, and that's good for Facebook and it's good for you. So, some people are like, oh, Facebook just takes my money. No, they don't. They want you to succeed. They want you to stay on the platform. They want you to make money, because when you make money, that means they make money, because then you scale. So instead of spending $20 a day, you'll go to $60 a day, $100 a day. That's how they make billions and billions. So they really work hard to make sure that the machine learning on their back end and all the algorithms that they have perform as best as possible and to help you as best as possible. And that's why we pick conversions campaigns. We don't like the traffic ads. We don't like messaging ads. Can they work? Have people had amazing results? Sure, absolutely. Absolutely. But the more expensive your service becomes, the less likely it's going to be someone that's going to write you that's serious. That's why we like to use landing pages, because it qualifies and filters out shitty people from, or shitty leads, from highly qualified leads, like seriously committed, determined entrepreneurs in our case, or people that really want to keep their homes clean and take that serious and value that and understand the purpose behind doing that. So that is how audiences work. Again, we're doing no genders on this. If we go to our interests, you might see me contradict myself a little bit from the original video that I made before. It's not necessarily a contradiction. I'm going to explain why. So again, we're reaching these 3 cities, people living in this location. This is a lot lower than 250, right? It's not even at 100,000. Because Santa Barbara is such a small area and we have such a reduced radius, if I was to take out all these interests and maybe leave one, I think we'd have maybe 10,000 people, or maybe even 6,000 in some, depending on which interest it is, or maybe 12,000. That's not enough. It's not enough. So this is the only case or scenario that I would group interests together, because you need to get at least 50. I mean, 40 is the minimum that I would do. And even then, I would try and find a few more interests. Or else your Facebook ads just aren't going to run. They might not even run at all. They might not even approve. And that's the only reason I would say on a local level, if you don't have the population reach, let's say like where we are in Las Vegas, we have like 2 million people, so we can kind of run different single interests. But if you're under 1 million, under 500,000, you have to combine interests. There's no other way to do it, because your campaigns won't optimize the correct way. So in this case, we're still doing, and we kept the range open, 18 to 65, because we need to collect data, right? And if we shrink this, it's just going to lower and lower and lower and lower. And we don't want that. We want to capture as many people as we can in terms of getting those ads out in front of people. And again, it goes back to, you don't know if the daughter or the son or the aunt or the uncle or the cousin tells their parents or this, you're like, oh, hey, you don't know. So when you're working with very limited population sizes like that, just keep the age range open. Just keep it open. Because again, if you reduce that, it's just going to drop it and drop it and drop it and drop it. And then you'll get to the point where it's like 10,000 people and there's no point running a Facebook ad. So just keep it open. Here we're targeting outdoors, women's health, home and garden, home improvement, and better homes and garden real estate, and then the actual magazine. That's how it gets at 86,000 people. Again, we're not narrowing anything. We've kept it all in one. Because if we said narrow audience, and we put each of these individually, we'd be like at 2,000. We'd be like at 10 people. Probably not even nothing, right? So don't do that. Keep them all in one in the smaller audience sizes, populations. Again, detailed targeting expansion is off. We don't turn that on ever. I know it takes out 150,000 people, but not this time, because we're already running the all genders. And basically what that's doing is when I click that, it's already saying it's going to expand to the entire 50-mile radius to include everybody, right? So it doesn't make any sense, because we still want to get some sort of data in terms of individual things or interests versus what we're running up here, which is the 150,000 no interest, which is all the people, right? And then we can kind of maybe fine-tune things differently based on the types of results that we get over the next 7 days. Again, cold audiences. Let's go to, let's go back to the lookalike. So here we're at 69,000. And the funny thing is if you take 69,000 and you add it to 85,000, you're literally at what, 145 or 144,000 or something like this, which is literally 150,000. Again, we didn't touch this. We left this alone because we uploaded our lookalike US 10% based on our House Call Pro custom database, which is a Royal Carpet Cleaners custom database. Again, 50 mile, 50 mile. it came down to 69,000 people. Again, what's a lookalike audience? A lookalike audience is an exact representation of what your potential customers in the past look like, right? So that's why lookalike audiences are always the best performers 95% of the time, because there's no better list to have, or there's no better audience to have than a lookalike, because they are the customers. Well, they're identical replications of your actual customers that have bought from you in the past, if that makes sense. But not everybody has lookalikes, and when you start your company from zero, you're not going to have this. You have to build things from scratch, right? Running these cold audience interests, making sure that you have these different formats. You have the carousel ads, right? So it's Instagram's Facebook page, they're all connected. You have your image ad, and then you have your video ad, right? So let's go back here and get out. And I want to look at the data again. Let's go to the ad sets. Let's close this out. So as you can see here, we're running these 3 ads. And the frequency when it comes to local ads is something you really need to pay attention to. Frequency is you're gonna burn your audience out a lot quicker than, let's say, we do on a national basis, because we have millions of people that we can target. You don't have millions of people in most situations in your cities, right? You don't have 10 million, 15 million, 20 million. A lot of people don't even have a million, so there are going to be a lot of situations like this one we're showing with Royal Carpet Cleaning. So when the frequency gets to around 2.5, I wouldn't push it more than 2.5. You can read again. People run that stuff to like 4, 5, 6, but I wouldn't do that high, because you run the risk of people seeing the same ad over and over and over and over again, and then they block you. You don't want people to start blocking you. So I'm more on the conservative side on that. I like to keep we like to keep our ad image, carousels, static images, and videos fresh. So when we reach like the 2.5, no more than 2.5 in our case, we will change the images, the videos. We'll show different before and afters. We'll show maybe a different offer. Just so people see that we do other work. We're not the same thing. It doesn't become monotonous and boring to where they want to block us and be like, this company doesn't do anything but this, So that is really important to keep in mind when you do local Facebook ads. So as you can see here, it's only been running 2 days. We've had 8 people visit the landing page. We've had 4 leads. I think that number just went up, because I think it was 7 before, wasn't it? Anyways, in the 150,000 interests, right, which was the 3 areas in Santa Barbara, 50-mile radius, 18 to 65, male and female, no interest, gave us 150,000 people. Of those 150,000 people, we've had 1,206 people actually see it, right? At least one time. And then the impressions is how many times they've seen it. That's why it says in this audience of 150,000 people, 1.05 people, which you can't have 0.05 of a person, but there could be a couple people saw it at the same time, or I've seen it several times, is how often they see your ad. So 1.05 times each person has seen your ad, if that makes sense. That's what this is saying. That's why impressions are always different than the reach, because the same person could have seen your ad 2 times, where other people just saw it once. And that's why when you get up to 3 or 4, that's basically saying everybody's seen your ad at least 3 to 4 times in that audience. That's a lot. Again, as you can see, this one's performing the best, right? But even then, look, even in our interests that we've dropped down to 86,000, we still have 4 landing pages. No leads have come from it, but still 4 people visit the landing page. So yes, they are overlapping audiences. When people are like, oh, aren't they advertising the same people? Yeah, and that's okay. Don't get scared about overlapping audiences as long as you're running in the same ad set, right? So let me go back to the campaign. If I was to hit duplicate on here, and I was going to say duplicate, and it would copy everything in that campaign, and I turned it on, that's when you'd have that conflict, because they're 2 separate different campaigns, and then Facebook and the machine learning and algorithms would get confused, and the results would be skewed. You could affect the first campaign. You'd be spending money stupidly and foolishly, and that wouldn't be ideal. So do not worry about overlapping audiences when you're working within the same campaign and the same ad sets. That's okay. Facebook knows this. Facebook isn't stupid. They're very, very intelligent on the machine learning end and the algorithm, so they're going to put your ads even if they're overlapping to the same people, but they're going to make sure that it's spread out enough without bombarding people to where, you know, in 5 days it's all of a sudden from one frequency to 6. You know, they know how to control that stuff. That's why it's called the campaign budget optimization strategy, because let Facebook do the work for you. That's what's so great about CBOs. Again, we've only been doing this for 2 days. We have no idea. Yeah, we've only been doing this for 2 days. Spent $27.35. We've had 8 people visit the landing page. That means they saw our Facebook ad. They liked either the video. Actually, let's go into that. Let's take a look into that. We're going to go to delivery, platform. I'm sorry, placement. Yeah, let's close that out. Okay, so for our 10% lookalike audience, we've had 1 landing page view from the Facebook news feed. 49 people have seen it there. And we've had Instagram. A lot of people are like, oh, don't advertise on Instagram. This is crazy. This is insanity. It's madness. You need to. Facebook bought Instagram. It's so integrated, and there's so many people on Instagram. So many people on Instagram. We've gotten leads from Instagram. The whole, Royal Carpet Clean got that one from what I talked about earlier. The upholstery and the couch cleaning came from Instagram message. I got the screenshot this morning. So you can see with this particular audience, we've had 3 clicks in total, right? So 1, 2, 3. And of those 3, we've had 1 landing page view that came from the Facebook newsfeed. If we go to the 150,000 no interest cold audience, we've had 3 results. So these are leads. Sorry, we have 2 clicks from the Facebook newsfeed on the mobile, and then we have the in-stream video. No, wait 1 second. Yep, mobile, and then we have Instagram feed. We have 3 clicks from there, and then we had a lead, right, which was either landing page view, and that was from the cold audiences. And again, these placements, so Facebook in-stream marketplace column, you can see people are seeing them. Like you can see the data. Look, on the marketplace, we've had 29 people actually see it, and the strange thing is that is the second most viewed platform in this audience right after the Facebook newsfeed, right? But nobody clicked or anything. Whereas only 15 people saw it on the mobile feed, and they clicked only once. So you don't know what's going to produce if you don't run everything on all the platforms. You need to collect the data. You need to understand what's going on before you pick and decide where you want to advertise your stuff. If we keep going down, we've had, look at that. So, which in your head, you're like, what? How does that make any sense? How is it that you have no interest, 150,000 people, you have it broken down to interest, which is less people, and we're getting way more clicks and more landing page views than you would in the 150,000, even though they're overlapping. And that's just Facebook. That's how it works. Obviously, when you tell Facebook that you want your ads to show to a specific audience over and over and over again, then yeah, logically you're going to say, okay, there's going to be a higher rate that people click on it more, because here we have the gates open, right? It's just Facebook, show it to 150,000 people. Whereas here we're saying Facebook, show it to 85,000 people in these specific interests. So they're getting to see that a lot quicker. And so Facebook can optimize a little bit better. If that makes sense. But again, when you do look at it, you're like, initially you look at it and you go, what? That doesn't make any sense. But the logic behind it is because you've told them specifically and you've said, these are the interests I want you to show my ads to. Number one, your audience is smaller. Number two, they're going to be able to rotate the ads more frequently just in those interests. Whereas 150,000 people, you gave them the open gates and you said, just promote. So that's why you see a lot more sporadicness when it comes to, you know, the number of clicks and different views and all that type of stuff. So here we're at 18 clicks, here we're at 13. So you keep that in mind. Look at the delivery placement. Look at that Instagram feed, 2 clicks. We've reached, look, more people have seen these ads on Instagram feed, the stories, the marketplace, and the mobile app for this particular interest. Same here, stories, mobile app, and Facebook newsfeed for this audience. This one is stories, Instagram feed, right? So both Instagram stories and feed. And then we have the Facebook newsfeed. Look at that. This one's doing worse than the other ones. So that's why always run automatic placements, always run the CBO. Don't try and outsmart Facebook. You can't. The intelligence on the machine learning is ridiculous. That's what it's there for, to help you make your life easier. So that's basically how that works. I'm going to show you now, because we're going to create another campaign, right? Normally I would duplicate this, but I kind of want to walk everybody through an actual campaign and how you would set this up so that there's no confusion. So we go to create a campaign. We go CBO campaign number 2. Natural stone. Okay. Again, don't screw around with this. Only change the campaign objective to conversions. Again, if you want to do lead generation, if you want to do messages, by all means go for it. We don't advocate for it. We don't think it's worth it, especially for our higher services, and because we have a system to where we design really engaging branded images, which you guys saw, landing pages that are beautiful, and our ad copy and our text are what draws people in. Like we don't care to spend more if we have to, as long as we get higher quality leads. We're not about quantity, we're about quality. And when you want quality leads, you got to be patient. And the more expensive your service or product is, the longer it's going to take and the more you have to spend. But when you do reach those people, your payouts, it's crazy. Your payout can be like 20, 30, 40, ridiculous. Like, for example, we have a few people that are looking at branding packages. You know, our branding packages cost $3,000 up to $8,000. We have a couple customers that have expressed extreme interest in doing their $3,000, and a couple are doing $5,000. And our cost per lead was $7.79. You know, has anybody closed completely yet? No, but you have to take time. It's a serious commitment to invest that kind of money into your branding, and especially with a company that you've never done business with, so you have to be sure. But we made sure that we cycled, or filtered, the leads in the best possible way that we could, making them jump through hoops, making them click on our ad, making them fill out the form, making them hit the submit button, and then we send an email, we have to communicate with them. For us, that's way more valuable to us than getting a shit ton of messaging from high quantity people and then having to talk and over and just realizing you're attracting the wrong type of people, right? That's just how we work. Have people been successful booking jobs for messaging ads? Yes. Should you try it if you feel you want to? Yes. Is everything that we say the gold standard? You have to do what we say? No, not at all. That's what marketing is about. ABT. Always be testing. We're giving you insight what's worked for us, how a lot of other people that we've learned from, other Facebook gurus that we've learned from, how they do it, what they advocate. But by all means, test. If you find that diamond in the rough with the messaging campaign, the right ad copy, and you're crushing it, then run the messaging in the messages here in the consideration stage, right? Always test. But for us, conversions, landing page, book online, or fill out the form. That's what's been best for us in terms of our tech company. We're testing the same things now with these cleaning companies. And as you can see, what you saw with Royal, it's getting response. We've spent very little money. As you can see, $26.88 or $27, I'm sorry. And we've got a few leads, right? Meaning people like the offer. People are going to the landing page. People wrote them on Instagram because I saw the screenshot. So it's working, right? The more hoops you make people jump through, the more qualified it is. And again, I'm repeating myself, but it's important that you understand what we're saying. When we've done messaging ads, yeah, we've had messages come in, but a lot of times the people that come in with messages are, how do I say this? They're like poking, right? They're prodding. It's like me calling Walmart and saying, do you have this product in? If so, how much is it? Oh, it's $10. Okay, bye. Like, there's maybe an interest. You just want to know what it costs, but in their heads, they're not wanting to buy right now, right? And the purpose behind running Facebook ads is you want conversions. And so that's what the buyer's journey is, right? You have the awareness, the consideration, and you have the conversion. Look, same thing here. Awareness, consideration, conversion. So when you run a messages ad, let's say you're doing a message ad in the consideration, all Facebook is doing is putting your ads in front of people that are considering. Keep that in mind. They're considering cleaning, but they're not committed yet. Right? So that's why, and I see it all the time. You see it all the time in the groups and the forums from all types of industries. Oh, we get a lot of messages, but nobody's booking. They're cheap. That's because they're not ready to buy yet. Some will. You might be able to convince some, but they're in that consideration stage. So you need to. So if you were to run a consideration campaign, do a lead generation, get their email, make them jump through a few hoops, because even if they're not ready at the time, you can drip mail market them. You can MailChimp them. You can constant contact them with relative educational and highly valuable content. Here's why you should choose us to clean your carpets. Did you know if you don't clean your carpets? Did you know if you don't pressure wash? If you don't do this, you can X, Y, and Z consequence happens, right? So that's why we always advocate for conversions, because Facebook is going to put your ads in front of people that are most likely to say, yeah, I need my carpets cleaned, or yeah, I need a pressure wash, or yeah, I need to buy this product. Where do I sign up? A lot of people don't understand that. So make sure you understand this. Again, so we go to conversions. Always turn the CBO on, right? Again, we're doing natural stone demo. We are doing $20 a day. We're going to say the ad set would be, let's say, LOL, 10%, House Call Pro, email, database. Same thing I had put in the other one. I can't remember what I put. Database. And then you would say image ad, right? So we're going to name it conversions, CBO 20, give it the first name, image ad. We're going to save the draft. Okay, so let me duplicate this first. Come on. Duplicate to 2. This is going to save you a lot of work, right? So we're going to do this, and then we're going to say video ad, okay, then we're going to say carousel ad. Nice. Okay, Instagram, right? Instagram. Did I just change that back? No, I didn't change this. Didn't change. Video ad. Okay, cool. So generally what I would do, okay, I'll build it out. Okay, so here we go. We have the 10% House Call Pro database. We want to make sure that we're doing the, nope, I'm going to go back. No, yeah, okay, here we go. So here you're at the conversions, right? You have the website, you have the app, you have the messenger, you have WhatsApp. Again, conversions for us in the best, in terms of best performance, we see the most results when we send them to a landing page where we have an online chat too, where they can book online, they can chat with us online, or they can even fill out a form, right? You have to. That's what we've seen worked as the best. Could you do a messenger conversions campaign? Yes. Will it work? Yes. Have we seen it work? Yes. We've been helping another local cleaner. Another cleaner out east, in the Virginia area, and we told him to test the messenger ad because we haven't really done messenger ads. We just don't like doing them. And the one time that we did do it, it sucked. So we just didn't do it. And again, we told him to do it. He actually booked some jobs. I think he spent, $80 and booked $400 or something like this. So they can work. But again, the more expensive your service is, the higher your minimums, the more hoops you need these people to jump through to make sure that they're qualified. So by all means, test, folks, test. I know I sound like a broken record. You probably want to punch me right now, but I don't care. You need to test. We're always going to advocate website, but it doesn't mean you can't do one of these, right? WhatsApp is fairly new. I think WhatsApp's going to take hold eventually, but it's still pretty early because it's very new. Not a lot of people in America use WhatsApp like they do internationally. Like everybody in the world uses WhatsApp, right? I've been to over 43 countries, 5 continents. Everybody in the world uses WhatsApp besides America. It's crazy. So it's going to take some time for America to be able to adapt to WhatsApp, but it is something that will happen in the future. I'm sure of it. So anyways, back to website. We're going to lead. We are going to go to our budget again. We don't touch any of that. Leave that alone. We're going to say people living, right? Because, again, change that. You don't want people that are recently living in this location or recently were, because if there were some people that were in Santa Barbara and now they're gone and they don't even live there, you're wasting money and it doesn't make any sense. You'd only do that if you were a national company that provided services everywhere or products everywhere. Then you would do living in or recently. But generally, local businesses don't cater outside their cities unless you're like maybe a digital marketing agency or a consulting firm, maybe a law firm. Even then, you'd have to have multiple law branches with different state laws and stuff. But anyways, off topic. Make sure that you keep it in people living in the situation, in this location, excuse me. Guys, I'm really tired. Sorry if I'm a little bit tired. It's been ridiculous. All these leads coming in, lots of consulting. We've been helping a lot of people, and it's getting pretty wild. So again, United States, off, right? We're working in Santa Barbara. So we're going to go to Goleta, right? Again, they're only doing 15 miles. Boom, boom, like this. We're going to go to Montecito, right? Now again, 15-mile radius. Boom, boom, like this. And then Santa Barbara. Here we go. And we're doing another 15 miles. Again, it's going to throw out what? 150,000 people. Boom. That's what it's going to do. So earlier I talked about overlapping audiences, right? Overlapping audiences, again, in this case, won't be a problem because our offer is different. If I was to run a pressure washing ad, the same thing in another CBO campaign next to it, that's when you'd have an overlapping audience conflict. You can run overlapping audiences in the same setup as you're seeing I'm going to set up now, as long as your offers are different, right? So one, we're showing the same people in 2 different campaigns, CBO campaigns, one campaign about pressure washing and one campaign about natural stone. But the same people are going to see this stuff. So Facebook allows that because you're not bombarding with the same ad double that times, or like in 2 campaigns differently, right? That's where you get conflict. That's where you would spend money foolishly and it wouldn't work. So if you're going to run 2 different campaigns, right? CBO campaign 1 is pressure washing. CBO campaign number 2 is natural stone. You're using the same exact ad copy, the same exact text, and the same exact audiences with 2 different offers. This is 100% acceptable. Do not do that if you're going to use the same pressure washing, right? That's when you run into issues. Okay, so this is our House Call Pro lookalike. So we're going to go to audiences. We're going to go to our lookalikes. We are going to go to our 10% customer database. And it brought us down to 61,000. Yeah, where am I at? Let's go down. Center map. See, it's Facebook. Hate when it does this. Sorry, folks. Zoom back out, zoom back out, zoom back out. Really hate when they do this. Close that out. Yeah, so we're supposed to be down here. Taking that off, 61,000. I'm leaving the genders open because we want to leave the genders open. And then we're going to click off the United. I didn't want to do that. 1 second. Let me get that back up. At least you get to see it again. Tito and Santa Barbara. $15, right? 15, boom. 15, boom. And then we have 15. And the strange thing is too, is if you go back to the other one that we did, which is the exact same, I think it's at 69,000, or maybe I wrote it wrong. That's another thing too that sometimes changes. Like it'll go from 61 or 69. Like you don't have any control over that stuff. I don't know. Maybe people close their accounts, or maybe Facebook calculated wrong. So pay attention, but don't pay too much attention to this, right? So yeah, moving on. We have people living in this location, or was it people recently in this location? Yeah, that's what it was. You see, the other one that we're running has people recently in this location. I need to change that back. So you see, Facebook can be very, very, very tricky in terms of making sure you keep things consistent. We make mistakes like this all the time. And going back in to changing that is better, because then you lose 7,000 people, but at least it's within people in that location. So I'm going to have to change that in the other campaign that we're running with pressure washing. Those things happen. Don't get over scared. Don't get all worried if you make a mistake like that, because it's not that big of a deal. You already see that our campaigns are working plenty. So I'm just going to keep people leaving this location. And again, maybe I don't even do that. Maybe I keep it running how it is, and I keep this one in the living room location. We compare and you test. That's marketing. You don't know. You don't know what's going to work. And Facebook is weird like that. They could surprise you, and you have no reason. You can't explain to somebody why. You can't. So anyways, 18 to 65, leaving that off. We're not screwing with this. Automatic placements is good. We're going to go under our image ad. Right, so we're going to go to our Facebook page, which is Royal. Instagram's good. Now I'm going to go back into our pressure washing. We're going to go here. We're going to edit. And we're going to go to the image ad. I'm just going to do one, because if not, it's going to take forever. Oops, wrong one. Image ad. We copy and paste this. Actually, let's do something here. Copy. Yeah, I just want to copy it all over at once, so you guys don't get bored. You're probably already bored now. But, oh well. These things aren't fun. To learn how to do this stuff, it's really boring. Puts a person to sleep, but you got to do it. You got to do it. All right, so let's go back in. Let's go Natural Stone. Let's go to here. Let's go to the image ad. Let's copy and paste like this. Boom. Again, this isn't the right text. I have to modify it. Right, so free natural stone washing stone cleaning demo. This like that. Free pressure washing demo. Free pressure washing demo. Get sorry guys, there you go. All right. Blah blah blah. Okay, good. I have to change it up here too, real quick. Okay, I'm not going to change the text right now because I have to think about it. But anyways, we would change this, right? We would say something like, increase the, restore your shine to your floor, keep your family healthy, blah, 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 whatever. Because we're going to set this up later. This isn't about teaching you how to write the right ad copy, whatever. It's to show you how to set it up on a local basis, right? So free, natural, stone, right? That's ultimately what it would be. We're gonna add in our media. So we add image, we upload, desktop, and then we have the static image, which is, I think it's here. Yep, that one. Again, it's branded. Everything's branded. Next. Don't screw with that. Just leave it. Boom. There you go. Right? Make sure you put the book now. Like this. And then you would put the... I'm not going to show you guys the landing page because that's... Yeah. That's kind of for the client and what ultimately helps to convert. So you put it in here, right? You put royal landing page, whatever, landingpage.com, whatever it is, our URL is. And then you're going to save that. So I'm just going to put the website in. carpetcleaningsp.com. Okay, I was drive to the home page for now. Again, automatic placements, everything's cool. I like to change certain things to where on the video, which I'll get to in a little bit. Put the carousels in. Again, put the same text. Text here. Same text. Same text. Right? Then this is a carousel. Boom. You're going to go, carousel is going to drop down different images for you. So you're going to select image. We're going to go upload. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? So we have 1. You have, unfortunately, you can only upload 1 at a time when you're doing this like that. And continue. And then I would do that for another 3, 4, and 5. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. You have to put the headline. So same text. Same text. Royal carpetcleaning.com. You would do that. I don't like doing that. I don't like adding the card at the end. Put the text here, the long text here, and it'll populate on this end, right? So preview on. As you're going through these types of things, you do the video, right? So let's create the video. Oops. Sorry. Add video. Add video. Then we want to go to upload because we're using this one this time. It's going to take some time to upload. Again, same text. Same text. Same text. www.royalcarpetcleaning.com. I'll show you what I like to do in the video sometimes. Again, while this is uploading, folks, really important. This is exactly how you do local Facebook ads. Can I guarantee or can we guarantee that you're going to get amazing results? Nope. Nobody can guarantee anything in marketing. And anybody that tells you they can guarantee you these 20 ROAS, 20x ROAS or 10 or these people are on drugs or they're swindlers or scammers. We can't guarantee anything. All we can guarantee is that if you follow this system, you will increase your chances of having higher success than if you didn't do it this way. That's all we can guarantee. Making sure you have really well-developed images, right? Okay, so 1 second. I like to edit the video here, and I like to do the thumbnails, and I like to go to manual, and I like to choose that as like the default. So as people are scrolling through their feeds, boom, it's like free what? And then as you know from experience, when you're scrolling Instagram, you're scrolling on Facebook, the videos already start to play as you go, but the first thing they see is free. Because you want people to stop. You want something to interrupt their feeds, right? So that's what I like to do with videos. Yeah, what I was saying earlier before this finished loading is we can't guarantee anything, but we can guarantee that if you use this type of system similar to what we're doing, this method, and we're not the only ones that do this. We've learned from other Facebook gurus that are incredibly talented and that are amazing people, right? And they have proven time and time again that if you follow that type of system, this is going to increase your chances of acquisition of higher quality leads, more sales, more data, less spending, right? Because I swear to you, if we didn't do the CBO campaign right now, that $27 you saw earlier, it'd probably be like a 60, 70. And we wouldn't see this good of results right now. We won't see as great of results. Yeah, so there you go. That is the setting up of the video carousel image. Again, you would want to duplicate that. I don't have time to do all that stuff right now, so I would duplicate. And I do 2, 3, 4, because we're running 5, right? So I duplicate that. And then, boom, I would change that to called Audiences, Interests 7. And then I would choose warm audience, and then I would choose top 20% love, and then this one would be all interests 150,000 or whatever it was, right? I can't remember. 150,000. Yeah. Yeah, 150,000. I think that's what it was. Yeah, close that off. Yeah, 150,000. Cool. So that's what you do, and then make sure when you do the 3 ads, you do them all right in the actual, like what I just demonstrated, because then you can duplicate, like I said, and boom, they all come out. Because if you were to do one by one, it would take hours. It would take absolutely incredible hours to do, because you have to copy, paste, go back, copy, paste, go back. So make sure you build out one first, then you duplicate, and you duplicate as many as you want, right? Again, don't go over more than 5, because then Facebook has a really tough time to optimize unless you have $10,000 a day to spend, which very few of us have that capability to spend that kind of cash on Facebook ads. So keep it to 5, run 4. If you have a lower budget, just do 2. You know, work within your budget. And that's how you do Facebook ads for local business. And we'll continue to keep people updated on the overall progress. I'll get this all set up. We'll get the rest of this stuff set up in the campaign for Royal now that our account's been approved, now that things are running smoothly. And we'll continue to keep everyone updated on how the progress is. And let me see, one second. And yeah, and we can kind of go from there and help people out if they need it. And yeah, hopefully things turn out well for everybody. And yeah, so again, appreciate everyone listening to me speak on and ramble. Again, I'm sorry if I'm really tired, but I just needed to get this video. We've had so many people come to us, talk to us about how do Facebook ads work. It's not working. You know, they get spammed all the time with people, oh, I can run your Facebook ads, you know, from all over parts of the world, from Asia, from America, from Latin America, from everywhere, right? And very, 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 very few amount of the actual people that offer these services really know what they're doing. So again, if you're going to do Facebook ads on your own, look at this video, check out our other video on our Facebook page, follow us, and implement this type of system. If you need help, we certainly can help you. You can clearly see our methods are producing, you know, action and results and low ad spend, right? What are we at? We are at $26.88 now. Our passion is to help entrepreneurs succeed, especially when it comes to times like this. We try to stay away from like the self-serving interests. Yeah, we're in the business to make money. We want to help people, but ultimately, if we can produce high-quality content like this, when things get better, when things start to perform for you, when you do your Facebook ads, you can at least know that as you get more jobs on, as you get more clients, you can always outsource your stuff to us because you know that we'll run your campaigns correctly. So that's how we see things, right? We see establishing long-term relationships with our customers is a lot more beneficial than us trying to send a bunch of random text messages or inboxes where you get spammed like, oh, we'll run your Facebook ads. Here, we'll get you 20x ROAS. No, we're not going to do any of that for you. What we can do is set you up for success, help you scale your business, whether that's through Facebook ads, that's through getting your branding on point, getting any other profit problem solved or process problem solved. You know, that's what our company specializes in. And yeah, we hope that this video was helpful. We hope that you've taken something away and you ultimately can improve the quality of leads that you generate. Again, just a summary: good ad copy, good ad images, branded, great landing page. Run the CBO campaigns. If you're in a small audiences, if you're in a small population where you don't have access to 1 million plus people, group some interest together. Try to keep it at 50,000 above. The higher, the better. 250,000 is always like the mark, but it's not always possible for everybody. That's all right. Let Facebook work for you. Run it for 7 days. Monitor things, and sooner or later you'll see results. And if you don't, then you know that either your content's bad, your message doesn't make sense, your offer's messed up, and then you go in and fine-tune those things again. So anyways, thank you everybody for sitting in. I'll take the questions a little bit later. I'll respond to them. So leave your questions in the in the comment section. I will respond back to them. There'll be a link in the description here also of the end of this video. You can sign up for a free consulting session with us for 60 minutes. If you want a little bit more clarity, we can get on Zoom. We can share your screen with us. If you have any other type of business questions related to your company, we can certainly talk about those. And yeah, smash the like button, follow us. Thank you again. Sorry for being tired. I think you guys can tell. Not my intention, but I needed to get this video done for everybody. And especially with winter coming up, winter's going to be hard for everybody. So if we can really, really help people out in times like these, especially when cash is tight for everybody, it's an absolute pleasure, and we absolutely love doing this. So thank you so much for the time, and we will be in touch soon. Have a great day. Thanks.